We have news from D.C., from D.C. District Court, a hearing today in the federal case against former President Trump for alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The judge in that case was weighing whether to impose a gag order on Mr. Trump. NBC's Ken Delaney is there at the courthouse. What do we know so far?
Andrea, minutes ago, Judge Tanya Chutkan announced from the bench that she will impose a partial gag order on former President Donald Trump. Specifically, she will prohibit all parties in the case, including Mr. Trump, from making or reposting any statements publicly targeting the special counsel, his staff, the judge's staff, or court personnel, and also will prohibit statements about potential witnesses and the subject of their testimony. So, for example, Mr. Trump will be able to criticize former Vice President Mike Pence, who, after all, he's running for president against in the Republican primary, but he won't be able to talk about Mr. Pence's potential testimony in this election case, in which, of course, Mr. Pence is a key witness. And this came after a 2-hour hearing, Andrea, that really put on stark display the clash here between the First Amendment and Donald Trump's ability to speak as he's running for president, and a judge's interest in keeping an orderly courtroom, preventing witnesses and participants from being intimidated, and preventing a jury pool from being tainted. And what this judge concluded is that these inflammatory statements that Donald Trump has been repeatedly making, calling the prosecutor deranged, attacking the judge, attacking witnesses, are out of bounds and have the potential to intimidate and even spark violence, threats from the public at large, and that he shouldn't be allowed to make them. Now, what Donald Trump's lawyers say that they will immediately appeal this order, and there's every reason to believe that the Supreme Court will ultimately have to weigh in on this. We're in uncharted territory here with a presidential candidate who has been gagged by a judge, Andrea.
What happens pending an appeal? Will they get a stay?
Well,
they
will no doubt seek a stay, but until they get that, the judge's order is the judge's order. And she has said from the bench that she has ordered that Mr. Trump not do these things. Now, he's been posting on Truth Social throughout the course of this hearing, so it'll be interesting to see right away what he does, because the other thing that they grappled with at this hearing is, what are the sanctions? How does the judge enforce this order? The judge said herself that an order without an enforcement mechanism is not really workable. And she said that some of the sanctions could be fines, for example, or ordering Donald Trump to show up here to face the music. But the ultimate sanction would be jail. And at one point, Donald Trump's attorney, John Lauro, said, "Is Your Honor really going to jail my client as he's running for president?" And that's a tough thing for any judge to have to contemplate. But it would be her absolute right to change the conditions of his release. He does not have the same rights as any regular citizen. He is the subject of 4 criminal charges in this courtroom and many other criminal charges in other courtrooms. And the judge has the right and the authority and the power to restrict what he says about certain matters, Andrea.
Ken Delaney, and thank you very much. Major news coming from the U.S. District Courthouse.